Hello, and welcome to this episode of Ninja Talk. My name is Eric, one of your panelists for tonight, and I am joined by Mike,
What's good, y'all?
Trina,
What's up?
and Carl.
Yo, yo.
So, without any further delay, let's get started. All right, so we've all watched Mortal Kombat. Uh, what are some of you guys' thoughts?
I guess I'll go first. I thought it was buffoonery. Buffoonery. It was weird. Like it was. I don't know. I just didn't like it. And then it didn't meet my expectations. It was just. I don't know. It was all right. I don't think it was put together that good. They just tried to throw in like little things here and there, but I caught them. But it wasn't enough for me. That's what I guess I'll say wasn't enough.
Go ahead, Carl. I know you're thinking over there.
I mean, I like the fight scenes. I mean, I would give it a 6 out of 10. The plot could have been better. Everything about it could have been a little bit better. I mean, but I definitely like the fight scenes because like I wasn't expecting it to get that gory. I mean, well, it's Mortal Kombat, but
Yeah,
the graphics was good, you know. So I give him that. I definitely give him that.
All right. Let me start by saying that I like Mortal Kombat as a game, but I'm not like a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trash at fighting games. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on
you
that.
ain't the only one, Brad. Trust me, I've been there. Like,
You play a
I'm not
fighting
playing
game
this shit with you.
online and they smack you
bro.
in 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just log off. I'm like, I'm not even gonna play no more. I'm that dude.
And like the Mortal Kombat games, especially, are extra hard. You got to go like up, down, left, right, A, B, cheat codes to do a fatality.
Yeah.
But this movie, man, I want to defend it so bad, but I can't. I can't, man. I mean, it started off good, right? You know, like story-wise, you got that whole background with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And then flash forward, you got Jax coming to find Cole. I don't know who the hell Cole is, but I was okay with all that. And then somewhere in the middle, I don't know what happened. The movie fell apart. As soon as they got to Raiden's temple, the movie fell apart. I feel like the movie should have been like an hour long, or they should have done like a series, 12 episodes, because I don't know. I feel like they cut out mad scenes and it was just too short.
I feel that.
Me personally, I mean, I had decent hopes going in. Like I said, I remember the 95 version that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, for what it was when it came out then, I was like, yeah, it's not bad. Like the CGI was like butt awful. But again, this is 95, so I mean it's not really, you didn't really have too high hopes for that. I just overall I couldn't mess with it. Plot kind of terrible, like pulling out this brand new character Cole out of nowhere, garbage. Like I don't know, I don't like how they did Liu Kang in this movie.
Facts.
Yeah, that was just bad.
Liu Kang's my favorite character, and the fact that he was so bad.
Yeah, it's just like wow, that's damn. Like what else? Just I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it as a whole. But that being said, I mean there are some redeeming qualities that we got to mention. And I think one of those definitely got to be like the fight scenes. Particularly, I like the one the final battle between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That was kind of. Adrena, you seem to disagree. Can't get your thoughts?
When he did the get over here, I was so mad.
Why?
Said, that's what they did. That's what. No, I couldn't handle it.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you on that one. Because
So,
I
I
wasn't
mean-
expecting it either.
Yeah.
Well, nah, so I mean to that point, like I was expecting it. I was expecting it to have like more like oomph behind it. You know,
Yeah.
Yes.
like when
Exactly.
he did, I was like, huh.
Yes.
I,
Oh, that was
I'm like,
me.
I've been waiting for that, like the whole movie, and you're gonna tell me that's what we got?
Exactly.
I was like, damn, I'm kind of disappointed.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. When Raiden gave Cole his father's kunai, I thought homie was gonna be the one to do the get over here.
Uh,
So
Yeah,
I was like, okay, the legends passing on, like he passing on the mantle. But then when he didn't do it, I was like,
I didn't
damn.
like the whole
Nah,
like
before you
Scorpion
start,
reborn. Yeah, go ahead.
like, yeah, it's not his father. It's just the descendant.
No, that is
Oh, okay,
his
but
father.
Nah,
What do you mean, nah? He was the baby in the little basket, no?
no,
No,
Yeah.
bro.
the
That was like
descendant.
centuries
He was
ago,
like,
bro.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Nah, he's just a descendant. That's why. That's why. Like after the fight was over, he was like, "Take care of my bloodline."
Yeah,
He's not his dad though, because homeboy would
because
have to be hella old.
they were
really,
like Cole's
Yeah.
adopted and everything.
Yeah, but yeah, he's adopted, but that's not his dad. The home, like I said, homeboy would
Man.
be like old as hell. He's just a descendant though. I'm
All
gonna have to
right.
go back and watch the movie again.
Why they didn't put nothing about the little baby that he came and took? Like, I think that was kind of
Yeah.
crucial. No.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was Cole the whole time. I was like, okay.
Nah, because
Yeah,
that, cause
first I
that,
thought that I'm like, oh, that's the baby too, but then I'm like, no, that's not, because it was
Yeah,
like the baby
nah.
was a girl, not a boy.
yeah. So
Mm.
yeah, nah, it's like so that whole first 7 minutes that takes place.
Yeah.
If
No,
you
that
a
makes
little bit,
sense.
yeah. So like that baby girl that he rescued, like I don't know, she wanted to have kids or whatever, and you know Cole ended up being the descendant of like Scorpion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that whole Scorpion being reborn thing, I wasn't really messing with it.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
no.
really.
It's like okay.
Question. Why did they give Homeboy them little scrawny ass robot arms?
Nah, that actually made sense. What you mean?
wait,
Bro,
why you say that?
No, how does that make sense, bro? He
Okay,
gets
so
like
he
these
gets
scrawny ass arms, and then all of a sudden they just go, like,
Right, you just
you
get
know,
some
diesel.
booty.
Like what? That made no sense.
Yeah, it didn't.
Like where did the extra armage come from, bro? Like, so he's telling me it just came out of thin air?
he
But-
unlocked his arcana.
That's the word. Is that even a real thing? Like I've never heard of that terminology
I
in the
think
game.
that's something they just added to like the movie, which I was kind of like, okay. Speaking of arcanas, like I thought they were so bad.
Yeah, no cap, no cap.
Like
Kano's was I.
nah, bro, because in the 95 version in the game, Homeboy has like a robotic, like
Oh yeah.
side. So it's like that's what I was expecting. But here
Right.
we go, dude, just shooting lasers. I was like,
Oh, his eyes. You know, I
that
feel
don't
you now.
that don't make sense. But
I mean,
Yeah, you bring up a great
he
point.
didn't. I was like, okay. So like that being said, like when they first introduced Kano, I expected to see like the robot eye and stuff.
Yeah.
Mine, like granted, I thought he got scratched and all, but I was like, okay, so I guess this is completely different Kano.
Right.
But yeah, I wasn't feeling that Arcanum. It was like nah, just.
I mean, I kind of appreciate that they were trying to like modernize the whole Mortal Kombat thing. So they had to do something. They had to come up with a gimmick to do something to explain why
Yeah.
people got powers and other people don't. But that being said, like the whole Arcana thing is like there should have been like a training montage or something. Like they unlock their Arcana, like Cole can unlock his Arcana and all of a sudden take Goro when he's a trash MMA fighter to begin with. Nah.
Exactly, bro.
Nah.
Like, he's low key getting the hands.
Nah.
Like the whole fight. All of a sudden, oh snap! I'm feeling this energy, Arcana. Bro, are you kidding me right now? Like, I mean,
I thought that was
I mean,
whack.
it was. He
I
was
thought.
giving.
And what
I
what
mean,
was up with them baton thingies? Like you find your
I
arcana,
don't
you
know.
get batons.
Apparently,
Yo, I read somewhere that
looking like the bronze kneecap from Fairly Odd Parents, bro.
Yo.
I read somewhere that the basket that baby came from, Cole's Arcana is made out of the same material as the basket of the baby back in the day. So his Arcana literally protects his bloodline.
Wow, that's
I thought they would
yo,
have better powers than that.
Yeah, I know.
It
yo.
was disappointing. Like they just
It
failed.
really was. It really
Like I was
was.
expecting like to be like, oh snap, and I was like, what is this?
I honestly thought when when Cole finally unlocked his Arcana, and Goro kept hitting him and his body was shining red. I thought he was about to like release some like final
That's what
attack or
I was
something.
thinking. Like he about to like build up all the engines, like let it go.
For
Like,
real.
I'm like, okay.
And
Whack.
then one of the most experienced fighters in the whole group gets killed off. I don't what?
Yeah, that shit made no
Right.
sense.
That whole
It made
scene
no sense.
aggravates
That's
me
what you was
actually.
talking about earlier, Eric. The
Yeah,
one that-
Kung Lao.
Yo, I need his workout.
Yeah,
That man,
homeboy shredded.
he took his shirt. I was like, what? You can see every muscle in that man. I said, what type of stuff? I need his workout for real. I'm not even on no sexual shit. I was just like, damn, he could punch somebody's lights out. For real.
Yeah,
With that being said, like, what do you guys think of like the roster of characters that we got for this movie?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I wasn't really expecting. You can only introduce so many characters,
Yeah,
but I'm okay with it. I expected Jax. Actually, I'll say while I'm saying that, I like who they casted as Jax. Homeboy's in Supergirl as James Olsen. He's a good casting.
Mm.
But yeah, I just wish they did Luke Kane a lot better.
yes,
I was
Uh,
expecting more people in the Earth realm.
Yeah.
Because when they were like, yeah, we're going on a chase to find all the chosen ones to fight in the Mortal Kombat, I thought it was gonna be more than just what was it, like 3 or 4 people? Like they all
like
went out to
that.
the desert and stuff, and it's like just the 3 of them. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh damn.
Earth's doomed.
they're about to get wiped off. No, but didn't they say somewhere that somewhere Zero he was like wiping out the other chosen ones? Like, that
Yeah,
might be why there was only like 3 or 4.
right.
I mean, Kano
Right.
killed one too.
Yeah. So I
At
think
the
that
yeah,
might be why we only got like a little bit. But I feel at the same time, I feel like if we got introduced to too many people, it would have made it like a lot worse.
a cluster.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I like the way they teased Johnny Cage at the end.
Yeah.
So I mean, the number of characters I thought was okay. I just thought the casting for some of them could have been better.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think the writing could have been better. The plot
For sure.
could have been a lot better. Like I said, I don't like how they did my boy Luke King. Something, yeah, he seemed like a little bitch. Sorry. Kung, like it's the most experienced fighter, Kung Lao. I'm really not sure how he ended up dying. Homeboy
Made no
he had
sense.
exactly, and he had one of the best fights. Like
Mm.
that fatality when he was fighting. I forget her name.
Melina, I think.
No, it was the flying
Nah,
chick.
yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot
or
her
whatever
name
her
too.
name is. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Like saw and half. I was like, oh, damn.
That was fire. I thought that was fire.
I was like, okay, I see what we doing now.
Yo, not even
That
a
was
fall off.
the best part of the movie.
Not even a fall off topic. At the end, the guy that sucks Kung Lao's soul out of his body.
Mhm.
At the end of the movie, he says that like he tells Raiden that he got rid of all his henchmen, and that the next person that he's gonna bring to the Mortal Kombat was Hermes. Did he mean Ermac?
No clue, bro. To be honest.
Because who the heck is Hermes?
Bro, no one knows.
Yeah, I feel like this should have been like at least an hour long. It was like so obvious that they deleted a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Jax, right? He gets his arms torn off and thrown off a ledge. How does he get to Raiden's temple? Who installs the prosthetics on him? Like,
Well, no, they show that the monks there, they show him like
Do we?
show them getting ready to like install the cybernetic arms.
I must have been daydreaming or something.
Because the movie was that bad, he didn't really pay attention. I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. I mean, like I said, the movie it just didn't like fit well together. I just
Mm.
like and like it's like they tried to pack too much in. Like you said, it either should have made it like an hour, half hour longer, or did it in like a series. I just don't think it was done well.
I actually like the 95 movie better.
I'm gonna have to go check that one out.
Yeah.
I mean, the CGI in this one, it's a lot better. Though I have to say, like when Goro was fighting Cole, it gave me a reminiscent like of like what scene it was, but when like Hulk was jumping up, like damn, did they just like just shade it over to look like Goro over Hulk? I was like, oh, okay, but yeah, the whole Arcana thing was weird.
I'm okay with it.
But I mean, I did enjoy the first 7 minutes though, like the whole backstory between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Well, I mean, I thought that was pretty entertaining.
I mean, yeah, it did start off well. Like, even, Jax finds Cole, and I'm like, okay. And Sub-Zero's, coming after him. I'm like, okay. And then you get Sonya and Kano in that room with the reptile. I'm like, okay. I don't know what happened after that. I really don't.
Bro, like that whole fight, Kano, Sonya, and Reptile.
Yeah.
I was and Cole too. Let me not forget him, even though he was trash too. But that whole fight was just like, so y'all basically like fight in the air, right? Like
Reptile is supposed to be like a real, a humanoid, not an actual reptile.
well, I mean, because in the 95, he's actually a reptile too, like a little
Yeah.
reptile
Right.
thing. And then and that when Liu Kang and Johnny Cage go to the other realm,
Mhm.
Liu Kang like he like backs up to a wall and then like grabs him and like throws him, and then he like ends up getting absorbed by this statue, and then he transforms into like a ninja or whatever, and that's when they start
Mhm.
fighting.
Right.
So I mean that part kind of made a sense, but like I said, that whole fight was just seemed like not that good. And like the reptiles over here spitting acid, so I'm over here thinking that he's like acid blood or some stuff, and then Kano just like rips out his heart, and I'm like, okay, so you're telling me his hand's not burning off because the homeboy
Right.
don't have acid, so where the hell is that acid coming from? Is it stomach acid?
Stomach.
Right.
Like okay, that scene was just not the best. Yeah, that whole fight between the four of them, yeah, that was not the best. But I mean, I do gotta say, I kind of enjoyed Kano's character.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, no, I enjoyed his character too.
kind of the only reason why I felt like kind of stick with the movie because he was funny as hell. And then like I mean, that whole Raiden's temple, I mean, like I don't know how they didn't see that flip coming. It's like you should
Right.
already know him. Like he's not a good guy. So for you to sit up here and think he's gonna be on the team and be down a fight, y'all stupid as hell. You
For
already
real.
know he was gonna flip.
Didn't have a choice, bro. He had the mark.
Clearly, he made his choice.
Is that a canon thing though? Like the whole Mark thing? Was that in the older movie too?
No way.
I don't know.
No
Ah,
way.
yeah. So
It's one of like the newer things that they introduced. So like the
Yeah.
marks, arcanas, Cole.
mm.
So yeah.
As cheesy as it was, I do like how they said things like Kano wins and flawless victory.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's just like a throwback to the hardcore Mortal Kombat fans. Be like, oh
Yeah.
damn, that was I enjoyed that little sash part they sashayed in there. But
Yo, so y'all remember that part when Sonya finally kills Kano and then she
Yeah.
gets his mark and then she meets up with the rest and then all of a sudden she unlocks her arcana. Like they didn't even like show her going through the process of it. It was just, oh yeah, it was a little parting gift from Kano. Like what?
Nah, it made no sense.
Ah,
That's
just
my
like
beef with the Arcana thing. Like,
yeah,
I need a
I
training
mean,
montage.
For real.
and then the way they unlock Kano's Arcana, like just get him like beyond pissed off, and then laser eye. I'm like, okay, not well done. But that being said, I mean, I did enjoy like the whole laser eye thing because, in games, you can laser eye people. That's cool. I mean, the one thing I do have to say about their Arcanas, they pulled from the game. They actually
Right.
gave them the Arcanas that they actually use.
Right.
I mean, I think that's the only plus for me.
Right.
And Luke Kang's fatality was well done. I like that too. But I feel I didn't really like his bicycle kick that much.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I didn't
they-
like that either.
I'm glad they put it in, but I was like, nah,
Yeah,
that's not it for me.
I enjoy the throwback, but it's not a good bicycle kick. I mean, granted, I can never do that, but still. I mean,
I could-
sometimes you gotta like they're kind of take into consideration trying to make it modern, but
Nah.
still, it's just it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
I remember in the 95 movie, it was much better in the 95 movie. So do y'all have hope for a sequel?
Yeah.
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 I mean, you just can't just leave it on the cliffhanger. Like, I mean, you pretty much just was he on a billboard or something like that, where dude said he was in Hollywood. Like, all right, so we're
Yeah.
getting Johnny Cage next movie, right? Like, and I'm kind of glad they didn't introduce him in this one. So I feel like him and this version of Kano would be like too similar.
Mhm.
So it'd be like jarring for like the attention, and
Right.
it just would have even made the movie even more like of a cluster than it already was. So
People on the internet are suggesting that Ryan Reynolds plays Johnny
yeah, I
Cage.
saw that.
Mm.
I mean, would that
That'd be
really?
dope. That's a good casting right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that.
But I feel like they're gonna get some like rando, someone we've never
Mm.
heard of.
Yeah.
All the actors in this, besides I've never seen them before, besides Jax.
I know Scorpion. I feel he's been in a few things. I know he was in Rush Hour 3. He played Jackie Chan's brother.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. Um, he was in a few other things. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but he's been in a few movies.
Okay.
But I think like a majority of the cast, they all had some kind of like martial arts background.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Mhm.
So I mean that's one tick in the win column for the movie. There's not many ticks in that column, but we'll throw that in there.
But let me rephrase. Do y'all think the sequel would be good?
Man, I'm hoping so.
I don't know. I like if we go on base solely off of this one. I don't know. I don't know. They need to get some like better like writers or better writers in there to like actually like flesh out everything and not just be like, oh, so he gets this arcana here and don't even show anything. Okay, so that's what we doing now. So we just, giving people badass writing and just expect them to go along with it. Nah. That being said, I mean, I want to have high hopes for the sequel, but I think time will tell. I just gotta wait and see until if it comes out.
Right.
I also like to mention that Mortal Kombat has probably the best theme song ever,
Oh, it
and
does.
I'm glad that they incorporate it at the end of the movie, even though it was like remixed.
Mm.
It's like, it's funny because like that's exactly when the movie was over, you're like, bro, I'm gonna go listen to the original theme song. And I
Yeah.
definitely did. I was like, damn, shit slaps. It's like, there's never a wrong time to play the theme song. And then like when you like play the theme song, you start bouncing and shit. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go kick some ass.
So there was one game I played when I was a kid, because you know how like they would always come out with a new version of the game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This was when they first introduced the when you do like a critical move, they show the bone cracking and stuff.
Hmm.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah. So in the storyline, I remember when I played the story mode, it was saying that like it was like giving you like the whole rundown of Sub-Zero and Scorpion's background. And for the longest time, I've always looked at Scorpion as the bad guy and Sub-Zero as the good guy. Because I thought the beef between them was because Scorpion killed Sub-Zero's little brother.
Mhm.
So
That sounds familiar.
I always believe that, okay, dang, yo, Scorpion's an a-hole. And then I started like reading up on like just their backstory. Well, especially after the movie too. It's like, oh
Yeah.
dang. I didn't know it was the older Sub-Zero who started the whole beef. So that because like,
Yeah.
yo, in the beginning of the movie, I was like, yo, why is Sub-Zero going so hard? Like, damn, chill out, bro. But then when I read up on it, after the movie, I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I always kind of assumed they were both villains. Never like.
Yeah. I mean, I did too. Um, but I think the whole first 7 minutes, I was like, oh, so that's why
Yeah.
they're hate each other. I'm like, all right, cool.
Man was just
It's,
chilling, bro. They
yeah,
don't even speak the same language.
nah,
What
bro.
this dude do to you?
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Homie was speaking Chinese and Japanese.
Nah, I think one was Chinese, one was Japanese.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then it all started with like the homeboy Sub-Zero just trying to like kill off like Scorpion's bloodline. Like it's sort of
Yeah,
like feuding clans, which I get, but also it's like how can they be feuding clans when they're like completely
right.
two different cultures? One's Japanese, one's Chinese. Like,
Facts.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess y'all trying to be like the ultimate ninja clan or whatever. Like, oh, this is Japanese clan. We're gonna go wipe them out. Yeah. Meanwhile, we can't speak their language, so we're just gonna kill them and say nothing.
And then Scorpion learns English at some point.
He learned it in hell.
Exactly. He's hitting them books.
Devil hit him
Hitting
with the
books.
yo. You got to avenge yourself, bro.
That being said, like the kunai chain. Did you guys like it better in the '95 version or this remake version? Just like the chain itself, because in the '95 it was kind of like this, like I don't even know, like looked like some kind of like parasite thing that came out of his hand,
Oh
and it
yeah,
had like a
I'm
mouth
remembering
and
now.
stuff.
Mm.
Versus this one, it's just like a kunai, a chain and stuff.
I'll definitely say I like the way he wields it in this one. Like I didn't like when I first started the movie. I wasn't. They obviously don't say that's Scorpion, but the way he was moving and wielding that thing, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely Scorpion. So I remember the '95 one a little bit.
I can't really comment too much on it. I didn't see the '95 one.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go check it
For
out.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so the way I remember it as a good experience, and I'm afraid to rewatch it and like start, critiquing the directing, the editing, the CGI. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna remember that as a good movie.
I mean, I actually like watched the old one after I watched the new one.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, huh. It's like so like I mean for the older one, I like how they actually like started the tournament versus the newer
Right.
one where he's like, oh, before the tournament even starts, we're gonna go kill them all.
Mm.
It's like, okay, it
I was
kind of
hella confused on
defeats,
that.
yeah, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the movie.
Right.
But I mean, hopefully in the sequel we can actually get the start of the tournament and not, just homeboy just pulling up on Earth, just trying to kill everybody,
Mhm.
Right.
like with no explanation. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Trying to win this thing before it even starts.
Exactly. Like how
Question
but
though.
Yeah.
I had a yeah. So the dude that was the current like leader of the other realm,
Mhm.
I always thought it was Shao Kahn who was like the leader of the other realm. So where the heck is he throughout the movie? Because I remember they showed a statue of him in the movie, but I was just like, yo, where's homeboy? Like
so
because usually like they kind of base the whole Mortal Kombat tournament off of him.
yeah.
You feel me?
So Sang Soon, he's not really the leader. He's just like he's a henchman basically.
Uh,
Um I don't know, and he wasn't introduced. Well, no, he was introduced at the end of the '95 version, and then that
mm,
carried on over to that sequel. So I don't know. Maybe he'll be introduced in the sequel for 2021 version. I don't know.
okay. Wow.
Carl, to your point, with the whole, you know, with Mortal Kombat, there's always been like levels to it. Like you go through and fight these people, and then you move on and fight the next people. So I
Right.
think the movies are kind of playing towards that and saying,
Mm,
okay, he's the villain of the first movie, and then you get past him, you fight the villain of the next movie.
right.
So I think that's why he's in the background somewhere,
Okay.
hasn't shown up yet.
So what do you guys think of this version of Raiden that we have?
I don't like him.
Yeah, no, I didn't like him either.
Nah, he
uh,
was trash.
yeah, I don't get it. He's like, man, I can't interfere, but you're clearly like biased towards one side.
Right.
Yeah, and you kind of are interfering
Uh,
because you put up that barrier so they couldn't get
yeah.
in. So you don't make sense, bro. You going back on what you just said. Like
For real.
it's foolish. I
Mm,
mean, at least in like the '95 version, I mean, he didn't really have too big a role either.
mm,
But at least he kind of like kind of broke things down and stuff. This one, oh, barrier. That's pretty much it.
mm.
Oh, and he saved the baby. Like
Right. I don't get it.
okay, this
I don't
yeah,
get it.
just one of the it's like yeah, okay, so we getting a shit version of Raiden. I'm getting this nobody coal out of like thin air. Like I just I mean, Sub Zero was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sub Zero's already like he's always badass,
Mhm.
going around fucking people up. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like half the cast was done well. With Raiden, I don't did he even like get to flex his fighting ability?
No.
I'm like, uh
Nope.
the movie literally goes downhill as soon as they get to Raiden's temple. And it's like, I can't. Like y'all started telling a good story and it just went downhill.
Yeah, you just couldn't they just couldn't finish it off. It was just like wow. Mhm.
Oh
Like
man.
I mean, like I said, I didn't have too high hopes going in, but
Yeah.
I figured we're gonna get at least better than what we got. We'll have to wait until see what they do in the sequel, I guess.
Who you think they're gonna put in the sequel?
Um, definitely Johnny Cage. I feel
Yeah.
like the first like 20 minutes or so is gonna be like just Cole arriving in Hollywood and looking for Johnny Cage. Which I mean I'm not opposed to, it's just how they go about it. Because Johnny Cage is supposed to be like this badass fighter. It's like, and he like, does movies playing a fighter.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's a really funny character. But
He
yeah,
is.
then we'll get Johnny Cage, maybe like some more of those like guys like Smoke, I think his name was.
I thought it
Um
was Noob Shallot.
is that his
Mm.
I think that, yeah.
It might be two different characters. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But yeah,
Like the dude
So
that was
I think
launches grenades and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dude that launches grenades.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
like in this like mech. Well, see, wasn't he in that though?
No, that
The
was
dude with
Cabal.
the mask.
That was
Oh, yeah.
Cabal. He was actually
Mm.
really well done. Like the fighting style, I like it. It looks so much like the video game. But but
Nah,
yeah,
but I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
there's a lot of people that look like they dress the way Sub Zero and Scorpion do. There's a bunch of characters
Yeah.
that look like that, just different colors.
Okay. Right. I
Different
think
shades of the rainbow.
I think it was that I mean, this is from what I was reading up. It was saying that the older Sub-Zero, when he dies, he becomes a noob,
Yeah,
and then his clone is who becomes Smoke. Because you know how like in the game they'd have that dual noob Smoke,
Yeah. Okay.
and so like he can clone himself, and the clone is who becomes Smoke.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. I remember in the video games he had like a cloning. He basically had like the replacement jutsu.
like hold up. Let me go summon somebody else.
Do you think they might bring in like the robot ninjas
Probably.
like Cyrex and I
Yeah.
forgot what was the other one. What do you guys think about like the robots?
Mm,
I mean, modern world with all this tech, I could see them bring him in.
Yeah, no, I feel
But
you on
that
that one.
CGI got to be on point.
That's true.
Mm.
Like, I mean, if they're not going to use CGI and just do costumes, I don't know. I think it's all like I said. It's all about how they, introduce it. Because if it's like CGI and it's trash, I'm like, all right, I'm turning this shit off. So, overall, this movie is just like a 5 out of 10 for me. And I mean, considering that's pretty high for me. Like I said, there was only like a few like redeeming qualities. I enjoyed the fights.
That's about it.
Yeah, honestly, that's. I mean, and I like I said, it was kind of lackluster, but I enjoyed the get over here. Like I said, it lacked but I was so glad it made an appearance in the movie.
Yeah. I got to see a better sequel. They should just, man, just scrap the whole movie thing. Just make it a series. Just like we waited 20 years for a Mortal Kombat live action, and this is what we get.
Hot pile of steaming crap. Here you
Man,
go.
you could have just hired some fans, and they would have wrote a better story for free.
Exactly. Exactly.
Damn, that is kind of true. Them animations do be on point.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, they give it to some, fans who were like, trained in martial arts and do this like on YouTube and stuff. And they could have pumped out a better movie. So, all
Facts.
right, Carl, final thoughts.
I mean the fighting. I mean, I feel like it was just the fighting for me. Besides that, just certain things that didn't really make sense. Plot could have been better. It was just really the fighting for me. I enjoyed the fighting scenes, especially like a lot of the finisher moves, fatalities, and stuff like that.
Right.
How like they brought a lot of that stuff in there. I thought that was pretty good. Like I think what's his name, Kung Lao. He had like a flawless victory, and he's like flawless victory. I was like, oh snap!
He was
Damn.
like, Like, okay then, Michael. I see.
That was pretty dope. Like the fighting scenes were on point, but I feel like the movie could have been done a little bit better. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Trina, final
Like,
thoughts?
recommend it to nobody, but I'm waiting for the sequel too. It wasn't like a 0 out of 10. It was alright. Like, and it's because it's alright because I've been waiting so long for it. It's like, okay, it's finally here, and it's like I have to settle for what I got. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be like, yo, go check out the Mortal Kombat. Get over here. And no, I'm still disappointed. No,
Yeah, I
I'm a
feel you.
I'm a favorite.
Well, that like one final note. So, like, I don't know. I feel like this movie wasn't really geared towards like people who've like been longtime fans. I feel like they kind of did it just to kind of like bring in like a younger audience,
Mhm.
like people who don't really know too much about it, but have at least heard of it,
Mhm.
especially like the mobile games and all that. Um, which I mean, I get you're trying to just like get some new hype for the franchise, but this movie just missed the mark.
Um,
It just missed
This
the
movie
mark.
should have been for the '90s babies, okay? And it wasn't. It wasn't. That's the problem. It should have been for the '90s babies, because it wasn't.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. All of us here at Ninja Talk would like to thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to go follow us on Twitter at Ninja Talk 3 and follow our Facebook page, Ninja Talk the Podcast. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, Ninja Talk the Podcast, where we will be posting even more content. Podcast episodes drop every Tuesday on Anchor, so make sure you go subscribe to get upload notifications. Once again, my name is Eric, and this has been Ninja Talk.